But I want to talk today about how to use YouTube in the most effective way possible for advertising. I think advertising is the way to promote your business. There's a lot of stuff out there that's obviously free stuff like SEO, a lot of work around that, a lot of social media things. All of it is very important, of course. But by just show of hands right now, who has like a really reliable source of traffic that's generating you leads every single day, by show of hands? Okay, there's quite a few of us. How many of you are advertising on YouTube right now, just a show of hands? Oh, there's 2 hands in the room. Okay, this is usual. This is what normally happens. And so hopefully I can share with you stuff. I'm going to try and break it down for you to make it as easy as possible. Now, last year I ran the marathon in London. And one of my good friends unfortunately passed away a few years ago. And since then, we've had like a charity group on a WhatsApp group. And one of my buddies who was running the marathon, who had raised quite a bit of money already, got an injury and he couldn't run any longer. And so he put it out into the WhatsApp group. He said, does anybody want to run a marathon? And my gut feel immediately was like, no, I do not want to run a marathon. That's not really on my agenda, not really on my to-do list. But no one said, yes, I'll do it. So I ended up just saying, without any research or anything, yeah, go on then, I'll do it. And I talk about commitment and consistency. Once you've said it to a group, you can't get out of it. That's done. So I immediately went to Google straight afterwards. And my first thing I typed in was, how to run a marathon. That was the first thing I typed in. The first blog post I read said, minimum, you need 25 weeks of like quite excessive training to be ready for a marathon. And I had 16 weeks left. So I was already 9 weeks behind. But during that moment, I was like going everywhere on Google, looking up blogs, looking up lots of different things on YouTube as well. I was going there looking for as much information as possible. And we all do this every single day. We'll go either on our mobile devices, on our desktop devices, wherever we are in the world. We're looking for information. We're looking to maybe potentially buy something, looking to potentially find out more information about something. Maybe we're going to YouTube for a completely unrelated reason where it might be we're looking to follow our passions. Maybe we want to watch something that's interesting to us. And so we use YouTube for lots of different reasons, but I was using Google and YouTube combined to really help me through this marathon moment. Now, when we go through these moments, Google will tell you it roughly lasts around about 40 minutes on a mobile device. So once you start doing your research, you as an advertiser or a business owner has 40 minutes to get in front of someone at a time when they're super motivated. You don't have to do that much more sales process to really G them up and get them interested. They're already ready to go and buy stuff. So you can imagine, I didn't have a pair of marathon running shoes. So the first thing I did was like, okay, I've got to run a marathon. I need some shoes. I don't have shoes to run in for a marathon, so let's find out which are the best ones. I type in things like best marathon shoes, and I want to see what it's like. I go to the website, I might go to YouTube and type in, okay, marathon shoe reviews, see which one is the best shoe out there, see what other people have to say. I want to see the video, I want to see a demonstration of the whole product. And that's why YouTube is so powerful. It's not like these other platforms like Facebook, for example, where you're getting in front of a social audience. We all go to Facebook for so many different reasons, but typically it's to connect, to see what's going on, to build a connection with different people that we know, like, and trust. YouTube is a different beast altogether. So it shouldn't be treated like social. Think of it like Facebook is like a pub or a bar that people will go to and socialize. YouTube's almost like the library. You go there for intent. You go there looking for information to begin with. It's a completely different building. It's a completely different platform. There are similarities, of course, and there's a bit of community there as well, but people are going there with huge amounts of motivation already. So if you can get in front of people at that time, it's pretty easy to turn them into leads and customers for your business. So that was my marathon moment, just to give you an idea of how well I did at the London Marathon. It's quite a demoralizing thing. So as soon as you finish, you're absolutely knackered and your legs are feeling like they're going to fall off. Has anyone run a marathon here? Okay, it's quite a few of you, yeah. It's not easy, and by the time you finish, you're so tired. The first thing that happens at the London Marathon is they show the leaderboard of the different times of these experts, that are obviously the top athletes in the world who have run that marathon. And I worked out with my time that the person who won the London Marathon could have ran it, had an hour's kip, run it again, and still beat me. So I wouldn't say marathons in my forte, really, but I got through it, which is the main thing. Made a bit of money for charity as well, which is good. So I know that you've been here for a long time, right? You've been here like listening to so many amazing speakers, and what I don't want you to do is go home and think wow, there's 4,000 different things to implement. So I'm just going to give you one strategy that we're going to be doing as part of my agency this year with all of our clients, and I think it's going to be the future of how YouTube and how we're going to advertise on YouTube as well. We've already got some really good results doing this process, but it's enough for us to almost put tools down for a second and have a real good look at how we do advertising on YouTube and almost rebuild the whole system and how we advertise. It's broken down into two parts, this strategy, okay? And it's always been the same, but the way that we do it is slightly different these days. So the first thing that you want to be doing is making sure you are being there. So when your customer goes to YouTube and they're thinking about potentially they could be interested in your products and services, you are there for them. That's the first thing we need to do. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. The second thing is you need to be useful. It's not a place where you can go and really hard sell. I mean, just by show of hands, who's gone to YouTube before, watched a pre-roll video that interrupts you, and you think, oh yeah, I love that, that's really cool, just by show of hands? Yeah, not many people like that, right? I haven't actually seen a YouTube ad that I've really loved just yet, apart from obviously all of our clients. I love my clients' videos. But a lot of the time we get to YouTube and it's just an annoying process. I know that I've got a 2-year-old who runs into my bedroom. We've got the kids have got this little corridor through to our room. And in the morning sometimes, at really, really early mornings, like when he wakes up way too early, he'll run in and just start shouting at me, Peppa Pig, which is a little program that happens. And at that time in the morning, at 4:45 or something like that, I'm not my best moment for me, really. I reach over to my phone and just go to YouTube and start typing in Peppa Pig to try and find the program for him to watch. And if any of you got kids here, you probably know the triple tap button on the iPhone, which locks the phone, right? So you press Peppa Pig, get it right, triple click, and then he can't touch all the little buttons and it won't stop if he touches anything. Really useful little hack on the iPhone. And I would get this thing, and then what happens is that as soon as you press play, I triple click, give it to him, and sometimes I do it too early before I can skip the ad that's going to come up. And at 4:45 a.m., I'm not ready for ads by any time. My boy is just screaming at me for Peppa Pig, but I've triple clicked now, so it's actually quite difficult to get out of it. You have to triple click again, then press other buttons to get back out of it. And this ad comes on, and it's Lenore. I don't know if you know Lenore. It's like a fabric softener company, and it's this lady lying in bed. It looks she's had the best lie-in in the world. She's sleeping there, really relaxed. All these lovely kind of bed sheets over her. Sun slightly coming up, and all this sort of stuff. And it just looks idyllic. And you're like, can I just compare that to what I'm going through right now? I do not want to be buying fabric softener right now from you. And it's just the wrong time. They've got in front of me. They could have made a really good ad for a parent. They could have said, hey, look, here's why our fabric softener is brilliant for parents who have kids. They could have easily targeted me like that. But instead, it's just that generic TV ad in front of me, run that ad and see what happens. And it just annoys you. But this is the thing, is that you can run video ads and have really powerful communication with your audience, but you've got to be really careful, because you may just be running ads that actually stop you from doing business. You may be annoying your audience without you really knowing it, which is obviously what you don't want to be doing. So there's a system that I want to share with you, but the really important takeaway from all of this is going to be always start with the user in mind. Okay, start there. Think about what they would want. What would you want? If you were your customer on YouTube and you got interrupted with an ad, what would you want that ad to be like? What would you want it to say to you? How can it be really useful for you in your moment in time? And this is kind of part of what I would call empathy advertising. Really put yourself in the customer's shoes and think about, well, if I was there, what would I like to see? What would I want to experience? Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that content. And if you want to get more tips, strategies, advice just like that, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. You'll see the button on the video right now. Click that and you'll be subscribed.